Hello and welcome to the most underrated show on the internet.
We're What's with the Lemon, and we gotta stop making this a regular occurrence, Joseph.
We are in another secret location.
Yeah, we're not in our normal recording studio.
Why?
Well,
We kind of have two issues with this one.
I was sick really bad.
Yeah.
Like the last few days. You weren't feeling the hottest.
Yeah, last episode I was stuffy,
Yeah.
and now you're sick.
Yeah.
And,
Well, I'm on the mend.
Yes.
I'm on the mend now.
And I'm also a little sick.
so
So this could be a very choppy episode.
we might sound a little nasally if we didn't already. I don't know, but we're gonna sound even more nasally.
This might help people be able to tell the difference finally.
I'm Justice.
Oh, I was going to do that later. And I'm Joe. This is What's with the Lemon.
This is how we're supposed to do it.
Boo.
This is how we're supposed to do it, man. I don't know what you're talking about.
So this is Friday.
It's Friday
We're
night.
recording,
We usually record Wednesday night.
Yeah, but when we first started, we started on, what was it, Friday or Thursday? What was our initial first few episodes?
We tried on Friday.
Or was it Sunday?
We did a few on Sunday too,
Okay.
but that didn't go over well. We wanted to launch on Monday.
Yes. That was too much work for me.
I don't like
procrastinate.
I don't like pushing it to the very edge of time.
So normally it's Wednesdays, comes out Mondays.
Mm-hmm.
It feels strange because it feels like we just recorded. Because we recorded on
Saturday, so it's been a week.
Saturday.
It's been a week.
Oh yeah, I guess it has.
Maybe it feels that way because we talked recently in person.
Yes. Well, and we played a game.
Yeah, we're playing a new game. Do we save that for the end?
We actually got 2 new games. Well,
Yeah.
I think we can talk about.
Okay.
One of them, at least, that came out today is Marvel Rivals.
So fun.
I love that you like it because you didn't really care about Overwatch at all.
That's not completely true. I played a decent chunk of Overwatch, but you guys just stuck with it. I didn't.
Yeah. And like that's like when I was playing with Hunter and Willie, and like we were constantly playing, and you did not play nearly as much.
For those of you who don't know what Overwatch or Marvel Rivals is,
Get out of under a rock, man.
It's a hero shooter.
Yeah.
So class-based, everybody has a role. You have an objective. Mm-hmm. It's not just see how many people you can kill.
Yeah.
You're working towards an objective, which you've always liked that. I think you're tired of the team deathmatch kind of.
Yeah.
Unless it's like Halo or.
I just wish I was good with characters I liked.
It takes time, man.
Like I really, really like Magic, and she's in the game, and she's never in normally nothing.
Right.
She's in this game, and I was like, oh man, I suck with her so far.
Magic is the healer?
Magic is Colossus's
Is that the one that was with the sword that was murdering us like nobody's business? Pretty good with Wolverine though.
Well, Wolverine was fun. That's because you were a healer, and you were.
I was Loki.
I'm excited to play. I was like, when you said we should record it tonight, and I was like, that probably means we're not going to play again. I thought we were going to play more tonight, and I was looking forward to it.
Well, we got Sunday and Monday.
True.
It's true. It's really good. The other game.
Oh God, yeah. And then you got Suicide Squad.
It was originally $99, and it was on an insane sale for $4.99.
That's maybe after playing it, still a little overpriced. I really enjoyed it during the tutorial, and then playing an hour with you, I was immediately like, this is all it is. This is it.
This is all it is.
This is it.
The whole time.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what I felt.
Uh-huh.
I probably will delete it.
Yeah.
But I feel terrible about it because I spent $4.99 on it. I feel like I got to play a little bit longer.
Yeah, I think
Do we have to give it a little bit more?
I just kind of want to... I don't think the story is very long.
No, maybe we just ham through it.
Yeah. Don't do any other side.
Yeah, just like, all right, go to objective, just... See what it's about. Get our.
I think $5. We've spent a lot more money on a lot worse games.
Joe has probably the worst one of like the most money for least used. Ghost Recon Wildlands.
God, and it's not a terrible game. We just never played it.
No,
we played it one time.
We enjoyed the demo, and then like almost kind of like what we're experiencing right now, just for way cheaper.
But I had so much fun on the demo. I was like, surely we're gonna play the crap out of this game. Nope.
We played it like twice, maybe.
I have a question for you, Justice.
All right, Joe.
Do you think in your voice or in pictures?
Both, I would say.
Oh, really?
Uh-huh.
Okay. What's more common for you?
Probably my voice.
And is it your voice?
Yeah.
It is.
But I can change it.
Okay. See,
am I an enigma?
Well, I think in voice, but it's not my voice. And I don't know who... No.
Okay, I was going to say, you're telling me it's John Bernthal.
No, I wish... Oh, my God. It's no one's voice I know. Okay. It's my mind's voice.
Okay.
Like, is it
an English?
It's a unique voice. It English?
Australian.
I actually might... Is it words? You know what I mean? Words? Does that make sense? Like...
It is words, because you understand it. Your brain has to comprehend it in a specific way.
Yeah, so I guess it's English.
It's English.
But it could, like, it's my brain.
I'm wondering if you have an accent. Does your brain have an accent?
Well, no.
Okay.
No. And it's like, I wish it was someone I knew.
Like a gruff man who just wants to...
It sounds...
One batch, two batch, penny a dime.
Oh my God, I wish.
Could you imagine?
It genuinely kind of sounds like what you would... Not like the classic robot voice.
Okay.
But like almost zero emotion.
Interesting.
Voice.
I wouldn't have pegged you for that.
Me neither.
I shouldn't have used the word peg. I'm sorry.
You can peg me if you want, though.
But I wouldn't have thought that would be how you thought.
Yeah.
Honestly, I would have thought that you sounded like yourself or saw it in pictures.
Well, I don't think very much. Like, are you constantly thinking?
I feel like I think more than the average man.
Interesting.
I do.
What does that mean? Like, so you're constantly like, if nothing's going on, you're thinking.
Yeah. Unless I'm doing something. Like if I'm watching something, playing a game, maybe that's why I like gaming so much. Mm-hmm. I'm not thinking. But if I'm not doing anything, I am thinking about stuff.
See,
almost consistently.
I feel like if I'm watching or playing something, then I'm thinking. But
you're thinking about what you're doing, but you're not thinking of other things. Are you, like when we're playing Marvel Rivals, are you thinking, man, I really got to go grocery shopping?
Kind of. And I'm thinking, I wonder what the next thing I should say is, or I wonder what, like...
Oh, that would stress me out.
Yeah, like...
If I had to think about, man, what should I say next? Mm-hmm. I don't think of it. Maybe that's why I'm in trouble all the time. I don't think about those things.
But like, if nothing's going on,
mm-hmm.
I don't really think I think all the time.
I don't really think I think
like,
all the time.
I'll have like...
Statement.
Like, I'll be like...
Joe,
bathroom.
We've been compared to like SpongeBob and Patrick in our lifetime. You're really pulling a Patrick right now. When they look inside his head, it's like, what's going on in there? Oh, he's actually thinking about nothing.
Yeah. And I'm not like...
What made you think of this question?
Well, I was talking with someone today.
Okay.
And they were talking about how they think in words.
Okay.
So like, it's almost like someone's spelling out what's...
To me, that sounds so weird.
Same.
Like,
I was like, that doesn't...
say it that way.
Yeah.
Like, do they think, like, they just see the words in their mind's eye? They don't hear them?
No, yes. That's
okay, so that's super weird.
And that sounded miserable.
Yeah.
I probably would shoot myself in the
I'm going to ask other people this question.
You should.
It's a good question.
It is.
My wife says she's never not thinking about something.
But I feel how does she think?
Yeah, I want to know.
Yeah.
Is she seeing pictures or is she hearing a voice?
Because those are the two most common.
Because people most think narrator. There's a narrator in their head.
Well, honestly, I've talked to way more people and it's pictures.
Pictures.
Yeah.
Well, are pictures just like a fantasy?
I think mostly it's
like putting together a mental image of what's happening in your brain, or if you think in pictures, like do you see what you're gonna do?
That's kind of what I always associate.
So it's not quite like thinking up a scenario. It's not like daydreaming.
Yeah,
it's different. Okay, then I don't really see in pictures.
Okay, yeah, because mine's just words. It's just someone
like
speaking.
Narrating.
Yeah, like
yeah. Maybe more simple.
I mean,
yeah.
Probably.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
But that does go into another semi-question.
Okay. Is that a half question? Or a big question like a semi-truck?
Well, oh.
I got a semi
You'll have to be the judge.
Okay.
Do you really?
What?
Oh, sorry. I thought you were saying you had a semi-truck question for me.
No.
All right. In your personal life, do you think it's more important for you to speak or to listen?
It's a healthy dose of both.
You can only what do you think is more important in your life? And be honest. Do you think it's more important for you to
I
speak?
talk too much.
Okay.
I think here's the flip side. If you only listen and never speak, no one's going to like you. You have no personality at that point. You're just a sounding board.
Yes. Well, okay. No, I'll continue, then I'll say my point.
Okay. But if you're constantly speaking, never listening, you're really annoying.
Yeah.
So if I had to choose, I'd be a listener.
But what I'm saying, I guess, maybe you can help me try to reword this. What do you think is more important for you? To speak or to listen?
I feel, okay.
Do you think you have...
what your emphasis on it helps.
Okay.
I think it's more important for me personally to speak.
Okay. Why?
I think that it's going to sound interesting, but I do believe God's given me a gift to reach people.
Yeah.
And a lot of that involves listening too. Mm-hmm. But I also think that He's given me an ability to bring truth to people in ways that they haven't heard before, and get them to think about things that they never thought before. It can be kind of nerve-wracking. We've talked about that before, about speaking truth in situations where people could really be upset about it. But I feel like it's really important for me to not lose my voice in that scenario. Yeah. To just be confident. However, I do think that they're so equally important. Like, yes. Yeah. Yes. But for me personally, I think that I need to be speaking.
And it would be a pretty lame podcast if you didn't.
Truth. That would be. But if I had to guess, you would say you're a listener.
100%. So here's the other thing is, I'd be curious if this happens to you. Whenever you get in, because I'm 100, I think my role is to listen. Like, I think that's where I can do more good. I think that's whatever.
But you have a lot of opinions.
Yes. But I rarely share them.
I know.
Really.
I know.
And every time I do, I always am like, I shouldn't have shared that. I shouldn't have done that.
I've been on the side of you've shared something and be like, oh man, I shouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
Please don't tell anybody.
It's just, that's why I'm like, it's weird where whenever I'm like, I just should never talk.
That's the real you.
What?
The one that you don't want to say the things that he wants to say.
That makes sense.
You know what you were saying? Yes. Am I the people that people believe? Yeah. Or am I...
Well, I still kind of think I'm the people in people's heads.
I'm only real when I'm in somebody else's head. But that's you. Like, that's the you that's actually you. Like, the one, like, it's... I'm not saying that...
But that's not even in... Yeah?
I'm not even saying that it's... I was hoping we get through it without
That's fine.
But I'm not saying it's a... like impulse I wanted to say the weirdest, craziest thing that pops into my head, but like it's that person that you'd be like, yeah, I do kind of feel this way about this, but I'm not going to say it.
But if that's the case, then no one really knows me fully.
I probably know you the best.
I don't even know if that's true.
Joe, if you're worried that I don't think that you're a freak in some way,
then I mean, obviously, this is the 25th or 6th episode.
And we've known each other our entire lives.
But I've shared enough on this podcast that anyone that's listening knows
I have learned new things.
That's scary, yeah.
I have learned new things. Although I feel like I was learning them with you because there were things that you didn't know about yourself.
Yes. Yeah. We definitely well, I think it's obviously this season of my life.
I got a good question for you. Is there anything that, within reason, that I could do that would make you stop loving me and wanting to be a part of my life?
Yes.
Within reason. Like, it can't be the craziest thing ever.
I mean, if you molested a child.
Yeah. I mean, sure, yeah. But I'm more thinking, like, is there anything I could have said?
Oh, okay. I mean, okay.
I'm going to say it that way. Is there anything I could ever say that would make you stop caring about me?
Like, just straight up conversation?
Or make a statement and you heard that I said this?
No, I don't think so. I think the only way that would happen is if, like, you said something and we're like, and I'm peace out. I'm out. Like, I
cut it off.
Yeah, like, I don't want to talk to you anymore. Yeah. I'm done. I mean, even then I probably would still text you and be like, you want to play games?
I want you guys to know something. Me and Joe have been talking just like this before.
Yeah.
And then we get into like a conversation about like, oh man, what would we do if like you died?
Yeah.
And literally both of us start like tearing up and like crying about it.
Yeah. I just don't.
At work. At work that happened.
Dude, stupid work truck. What happens in the work truck is supposed to stay in the work truck.
That's true. We get to the store, we're just like,
Nothing's wrong.
we're having a good day.
Well, that's like that. Have you seen that meme of in a family, one sibling is? We might have actually talked about this on the podcast.
Maybe.
One sibling is gonna watch all their other siblings die.
Shoot.
And then that same sibling.
It's most likely you too, because you're the youngest.
I
mean, dude, aside from all your other things,
I've had 6 surgeries. I'm going in like I'm not built for this world.
Yes.
And then which is crazy to think of. Like that's sad.
That'd be terrible.
Yeah.
I can't even think about if our parents die. Like that. Ugh. That brings me anxiety.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. I don't think words can make me necessarily abandon someone.
I think I feel the same way. It wasn't always that way. I think if I was younger, I think there's certain things that people would have said and I would have been like, you're done.
Yes.
You're done.
Well, so here's the thing is like some people said some really messed up things to me during my breakup and kind of stuff like that. And specifically said things that was like, if this happens, I don't want any kind of relationship with you. Mm-hmm. And that's kind of been the closest I've come to then be like, okay, well, if you don't want that, like, I'm not going to force this.
No.
So then anything has to be on your side.
Yeah, that's kind of their decision at that
point.
Yeah,
like, and it's been, like, there was one text after that, and it was a sweeter text, mm-hmm. but there was also no apology, no, mm-hmm. like, hey, maybe I take back what I said, mm-hmm. Anything like that. And so I was like, I thanked him for the text and was like, need time, obviously, like,
yeah.
Unless you're going to say something, unless you're going to apologize for your actions, like, I'm just going to respect your wish and not talk to you.
God, it's so hard, man. It's so hard when you think about, like, having to, I mean, as a Christian, too, we've talked about it on the podcast, mm-hmm. having to forgive.
Yes.
It's so hard.
Yeah, but I guess that's that. If you did that to me, mm-hmm. I would probably do this. I'd be like, that would be really hard. If you're like, hey, I don't want a relationship.
Do you think you would fight more for it, though?
It depends on how it went down.
I mean, I think I told you, we're getting real. This is a late night podcast, you guys. You're going to get it. I don't even know if we're going to do our ho, ho, ho Hallmark.
Oh, do you have it? I didn't know if you had it.
Well, I watched it.
Okay.
But, we don't have to, obviously.
Continue.
But I had told you didn't know it, but like when you were kind of near the tail end of the relationship you were in, mm-hmm. I was so worried.
Yeah.
And scared. Because there would be times where we would be working and I'd come home after like maybe we've had like a tough conversation.
Oh my God, this was so sad when Kirsten told me this.
And Kirsten told you?
I mean, you both have told me since then, but.
And I come home and I just start bawling.
Ugh.
And I'd just be like, I don't know how to get through to him. I don't know how to break through this fog. Like, because I knew what it was.
Yeah.
And I couldn't seem to be a light or an anchor, where I wanted to be. And but at the same time, I told Kirsten, I was like, I would never, because some of the other family members maybe be like, I don't know if I can, support him if he goes down this road. And I told him, I was like, I flat out was like, I would never leave Joe.
Yeah.
Ever.
Well, and just so you know, not that everyone on the podcast needs to hear this,
right?
But like, you were an anchor, just not probably in the ways you wanted to be.
Well, I know that I was an anchor, like in the sense of I was there.
You were there, like I needed you as in that role, mm-hmm. as the person that we were working, like we were still having deep conversations when we were working, and like, but we were also joking around, and it just felt so. It was like normal. When everything else was feeling crazy.
Yes.
And so that was an anchor I really needed.
Right.
I'm sure you would have much rather have been like me in the moment of being like, oh, I'm seeing the light, like I'm snapped out, instead of
Joe,
like,
as a talker, I don't really like it when people don't listen to me. So
yeah. Yeah, you probably would have been like, I would rather be a lighthouse.
Yes.
And mine was like, I don't know, it just felt like a breath of fresh air.
I was at the end pushing pretty hard.
Yes and no.
I mean, I was trying to be respectful, but I was also doing my darndest.
Yes, I had other people not be polite about the push. And that's, I mean, look, I'm Joe. Maybe I'm very stubborn in a weird way, or just oblivious. Sometimes I don't.
You are stubborn.
Yeah, all Allens are stubborn.
Yeah.
We're a very stubborn bunch.
Yeah.
It's surprising when it's from me.
I think so, because people think that you're the go-getter, or the helper.
Yeah, I'm not in your face stubborn.
Yeah. Everyone else is.
Yes, everyone else is and that's why I could hide it.
Yeah. I can't hide.
You can't hide anything.
I can't hide anything. I'm a terrible liar.
The worst liars there are.
Unless it's so. Well, no,
because even then, you can lie. You can get away.
Even the stupidest thing.
You can get away with the lie, but it always comes back.
Always.
I've never seen it come back more than with you.
Always. Do you remember the time that? And I didn't even have to lie about this. There was no reason for me to lie about this, but I lied. I told you and Mom 2 different stories about what I was doing.
It was Mom and Libs.
And you.
Yes.
I told you a different thing too.
It was Mom and Lib that talked.
And they were talking.
And then they're like, what?
Yeah, I'm an idiot is what it is. Like, dumb. People live in these houses. They're always talking to each other. And I was like, oh, I'm doing this with the one person. And I was like, oh, but I'm actually doing this with another person.
And both of them were lies.
Yeah, they were both lies.
That was so stupid.
I could have literally just said, I'm going out with somebody.
Yeah, that was it.
That's all I needed to do.
It's a good thing you married who you married in a way, because she's like a Sherlock. For better or worse, she should let things go.
She is a detective.
An absolute detective. She will not let you.
I for that reason alone, it does keep me in line more than you'd think. Like, I mean, I have my battles with certain things. Yeah. But yeah, no, she keeps me in line. She lets me know.
I'm also just talking about like dumb things where like you'll order a pizza.
Dude,
like, why is there a pizza box?
Okay, so I don't mind if she hears this because she probably knows. There's nothing that freaks me out more. Okay. That, like, there are times, because I know in the past, like, I've tried to do stupid things like, okay, I'm going to order a pizza because I'm starving and I really want a pizza. So I'll order a pizza. It's like, I just got to delete the receipt. She'll never know. And not delete the spam, like the trash bin. Yeah. And of course she's attached to my email. Yeah. And she looks through my trash. And I didn't even know that. I didn't know people...
See, people don't really do that.
So, but here's the thing. I also thought it was like, this just goes away. I didn't even know there was a trash bin.
That's bad.
Yeah,
that's really bad.
Didn't even know that.
So I think it does after 60 days.
It does, but yeah. And then she's just like, "Did you get a pizza?" And I'm like, and see, like the evidence, right? That's easy to hide because we have a bin full of pizza boxes. It'd be hard to tell which one.
Unless you go count. Wow, they've had. How have they had 17 pizzas in a week?
Man, absolute idiot. I was just like, I am so stealthy. I'm not.
You are not. At all. Which is good.
Yeah, it's I don't want to be. I don't want to be a hider. Like I've been that in the past with certain things, and I don't like it. Yeah. My convictions hit real hard.
Which is good. It's great.
It's great. This sure is.
Okay.
Ho ho ho! It's Hallmark movie time. I was thinking it'd be funny if I coughed in the middle of that.
So I was like, well, that was I mean, I can't remember if I cut it or not, but when I did my intro a few weeks ago and I started coughing.
You went crazy. I think you did cut it, which I really wanted it in there.
Coughs are kind of gross, dude.
I know, but you were like, it was cough laugh. Yeah. And then you kept trying to do it and coughing more. All right, Joe. Let me get my notes.
Okay.
Got to get my notes out.
Again, I don't know if this is this could be the most hated bit on the podcast. I've not heard anything from anyone.
I have the least amount of notes for this one because it's a very cut and dry story. Also the most pleasurable.
Ooh, pleasurable.
Out of all the ones I've watched so far, it was the most I like this.
All right.
Let's hear the title. It is called The Most Wonderful Time of the Year.
And it's been the most wonderful, so.
The most wonderful time of the year. Okay. You best believe that's how the movie opens.
With the song?
Yes.
Okay. Can I guess? Is the most wonderful time of the year Christmas?
Of course, Joe.
Okay.
That's a Christmas song.
Just making sure.
It's a
Just
Christmas
making
song.
Sure. Gotta make sure.
So, for anybody who likes Chuck,
I love Chuck.
his dad is a main character in this.
Oh, is it actually him?
Yes, it is actually
Okay.
him. And it was filmed in 2008, so kind of around that time.
He was also in NCIS New Orleans, for those who really care.
So, I have Chuck's dad is a badass cop.
Ooh.
It can take anyone.
Ooh, he's a cop?
Who. Yeah, the movie starts on him in a bar.
Tell me his name is Orion.
His name is...
You have to start writing down names, dude.
Ralph. It's Uncle.
Okay.
It's Uncle Ralph.
That's awesome.
It's Uncle Ralph.
Okay. I like me some Uncle Ralph.
So the setting is that this girl, the main girl,
You suck.
I know.
You suck.
Jenny. Dude, these names are so generic. They're hard to remember.
Just write it down.
They're hard. I remember.
You suck.
The other romance lead is Morgan.
Morgan.
So it's Jenny and Morgan on this one, and Ralph.
Wait, is Morgan a girl? Is this a lesbian Hallmark?
No,
Okay.
no, Morgan is the best.
Oh.
So her parents died when she was young, and she was taken in by her uncle and aunt.
Jenny or Morgan?
Jenny.
Okay.
So that's Uncle Ralph.
Aw.
She's getting ready for Christmas. She's a big old businesswoman and handles all this kinds of stuff. She's currently...
Does she care about Christmas?
No.
Oh, this is not the
Doesn't
most
care
wonderful
about
time of the
Christmas.
year.
She's with a very boring man, but very he has a lot of money and
Secure,
security.
loving,
caring. Well,
okay, because that's how most Hallmark movies are. And then she's like, "I hate you."
He's decent. So it kind of sets the stage that she doesn't have anything ready for Christmas. Every house on her block is all lit up. Not here.
Yeah.
It is
barren.
It is barren. It's
dry.
Nothing.
It's a wasteland.
And her HOA, her homeowner person is like, "Where's your lights? You gotta get them up.
Yeah.
Christmas around the corner." I'm telling you that because it comes back into the story later. Cut over to Uncle Ralph. He's with his cop buddies in a bar. He leaves. So he's like, I gotta get ready for my trip. I gotta fly over to Denver or Chicago. Okay. I think it's Denver. No, he's trying to get to Denver.
Okay.
I don't remember where they are at, but he's trying to get to Denver.
Do you watch these movies?
Yes. This one I actually watched the most. I have the least amount of notes on it. But it was a few days ago. We usually watch and then record.
Yeah.
So, so he immediately leaves the bar and gets jumped.
Oh.
Ralph. But he beats the tar out of this guy.
I was about to say, you were talking about him like
he just beats the tar out of him. He's not a grandpa. You don't want to mess with him.
You don't want to mess with Orion.
So another big plot device. Her son wants one thing. It's a rocker wheel.
Oh, she has a kid?
Yes. A rocker wheel, which is a rocket bike thing.
Got it.
And you can't get it anywhere. Yes. They're sold. They're basically sold out. You're not going to get any until after Christmas.
They need to go to the toy family from the first.
I agree. She set up a deal to pick up the bike on Christmas Eve from the bike owner, like the display model.
Oh, okay.
That was gross. I'm sorry. The display model from the place, and also foreshadowing. Lots of foreshadowing going on. Then we cut to the most cool guy in the whole thing. Ralph is in the airport getting ready to go visit his family, and there is a vagabond laying on some of the chairs in an airport, which are not comfortable for anybody who knows.
Yeah.
I recognize this guy. I do not know what he's from. I wish I did, but I recognize him. He is very attractive.
Okay.
But he also is very kind looking. He's a very kind looking person. Him and Ralph hit it off almost immediately.
Ooh.
And Ralph doesn't like flying. So they kind of start talking and Morgan's like, I can get you on the plane. Remember, Ralph is an ex-cop or a cop, whatever. Yeah. And proceeds to full on lie to the flight attendants and got them into first class.
Wow.
Ralph's into it.
Wow.
So they fly over to wherever they're at, and his flight is canceled due to bad weather, Morgan's. So Ralph is like, come stay with me and my family until you don't want to stay. Complete stranger. Yeah. Come stay with me.
Well, not complete. He lied to a cop to get him on first class.
Yeah, lied about everything. And he's like, I really can't impose. And he's just like, we'll see what we can do. So Jenny's at the airport to pick them up,
Yeah.
and they kind of like do this little dance around to get Jenny to agree, basically, to having him. Well, actually, that's not true. Morgan recognizes them, or they say Jenny, and then the kid's name, can't remember the kid's name. And he goes up to them, he's like, Jenny and so, and they're like, do we know you?
Yeah.
As you should. He's
Yeah.
a complete stranger. He's like, yeah, I'm a friend of Ralph's.
Is Ralph not there with them?
He's in the bathroom.
Oh, okay.
And he comes out and he's like, here's my good friend Morgan. He's gonna stay with us for the winter or whatever for the holidays. And Joe, I'm gonna breeze over this. Morgan then proceeds to be the most amazing man the entire movie. He does everything for this family. He decorates the house. He gets Christmas ornaments. He helps with the wrapping of presents. He gets the lights on.
Does he get the bike?
So remember, Jenny already has that thing settled. Jenny during this time is a complete B word the entire time.
What's her? Okay, continue.
I don't want this stranger in my house. Get him out of here, Uncle Ralph. Come on, he got nowhere to go. What are you talking about? You know, he kind of talks like that.
Yeah, you also kind of did that first in a little bit of a rhyme.
Oh, I didn't.
Okay.
I just want
like
him out of the
Dr.
house.
Seuss.
Yeah. And Morgan.
What's her boyfriend doing?
He's doing business stuff. He's barely in the movie.
Okay.
He's really boring. Ralph makes that very clear.
Okay.
He's very boring.
So
Morgan's not
there's no
boring.
sexual tension.
Not yet.
Okay.
But Morgan is a chef, but he's also done like 60 other jobs.
And a criminal, it sounds like.
Yeah, he spent the last like few years traveling the world and doing a bunch of stuff. Yeah. So he's very interesting. Mm-hmm. Him and the son obviously hit it off right away. He used to work with turtles. They bonded over that. I'm just telling you the plot devices here.
Turtles.
Just one of those random one-liners that I got. He used to work with turtles and volcanoes. He's done a lot, Joe.
Okay.
So
I kind of wish I was his best friend now.
She had asked Ralph and Morgan to put up the lights, right? This is one of those scenes that I just don't understand.
Yeah.
So he's putting up the lights. She's taking a shower in one of the rooms, and he's putting the lights up over her area, but it's all fogged over. You can't really see. She notices him outside on the ladder or something, and she goes over and wipes it off. And she screams and spooks him, and he almost falls off the ladder. And Ralph obviously saves him being holding the ladder.
Ralph is awesome.
And he's like, she's obviously like, you weren't trying to look, and Morgan's not looking at her at all. He's holding onto the ladder for dear life, like, I almost died. He's like, no, just putting up the lights for you.
That you asked me to do.
That you asked me to do. And the thing of it is, too, it's weird. They'll do scenes where they're really happy, like, together, like they're doing an errand or something, which, why would Morgan do any errands for this woman?
To not to be a burden on her.
I mean, sure, he's doing everything. She can't cook. That's another thing. So he's a chef.
Yeah. So
Ralph's trying to get in with that. He's
it.
like, he can cook Christmas dinner. You can't cook. He can do it for you. Because her big boyfriend's parents are coming over. It's a big deal.
Got it.
It then proceeds just to be like Morgan just stealing the show of just being the kindest, most amazing person. I kid you not, Joe. I was in love with Morgan by the end.
I was about to say, you're talking about this man like you love him.
I've never seen a character done so well where I'm just like, this is the best.
It was just his character.
It was the best. He knew everything. He did everything right, and he was just sweet as all buttons. He was going to meet somebody in Denver, though, a Native American woman.
Named. I shouldn't have even asked. Never mind.
It's something River.
Know. Okay.
It's something River. I remember that because the white woman made fun of her.
Way to go, Hallmark.
Way to
really go, funny. Hallmark.
It's like, really? That's her name? It's like, clearly that's a...
Yeah.
It was bad. I was like, ooh, cringy. I don't like Jenny at all, by the way.
She doesn't sound likable.
We're going to continue on. The movie basically continues with this whole shenanigan. She realizes he's actually pretty great.
Mm-hmm. After he's done everything for her.
Her boyfriend proposes. She doesn't really answer, but he assumes yes. And then, I know, terrible. She realizes, I don't want to be with this person. He's a liar and a thief and all this. Not a thief. But like Morgan felt bad that he was there. So he kind of just left. He wrote a note and he was like, I'm just going to go back to Denver.
Yeah.
And he stole the note that he left there.
Oh, okay.
So she got really mad about that.
Got it.
So the movie ends. This is how it goes.
Yeah.
This is the last bit of the movie. She dumps the guy. She doesn't like him. He's boring.
Yeah. It sounds like that's his main thing.
Goes and runs to the airport to find Morgan, right?
Okay.
She's talking to a person, a customer service person. She presses the intercom button, so she's projecting all over the speakers. She's talking about Morgan, very specific things that they've done.
Yeah.
Very, very specific things. Morgan's hearing it.
He saw me naked.
Well, yeah. Well, Morgan's just like listening. He's like doing that very like classic, like, what's going on? Like he's not really like, he's not even sure like what's happening.
Yeah.
It's literally like at the very end, he's like, and he's on a flight to Denver right now. And his name's Morgan, and I gotta find him. And he's like, it is about me. He makes that statement. He's like,
that's awesome.
This is who I think it is. And then he runs through the airport, finds her. And they go home, and they literally like go through the doorway and kiss happily ever after end of the movie.
I wonder what happened to River. That's who I really care
no
about.
one, nothing after that moment. Like
that's
they're
amazing.
like, it's just like you see a picture of the person. Like this
Yeah.
is who I'm going to meet. I'm going to start a restaurant with this person,
okay.
and then it doesn't happen.
Bummer.
It's the one bad thing Morgan did. It's like he just left that loose end.
Maybe he called him. Hey.
Yeah, this one. For me, out of the Hallmark movies, is an 8. As much as I don't have, as much as I don't,
a 2 and a 3, and now an 8.
As much as I don't have anything like crazy to say about it, like I enjoyed it, and Morgan was great.
Okay.
And Ralph was great too. Actually.
You know what? I bet that actor has done other Hallmark movies. You should look up and see what other ones.
I will at some point.
I like that, Justice. I'm glad you. I wish it was kind of the last one that you had like a good experience with.
It's not. There's a few more.
Okay, hopefully some bummers.
I really want some bad ones.
I want like a Father Christmas is Back, man.
I'm gonna ask Kirsten to find the least. Like she's looking at 5s and 6s. Yeah. This one was a 7.1.
Ooh, so and you gave it an 8.
Yeah, I liked it. Morgan sold it for me. It's honestly. I judge these movies a lot about the male lead, not so much the female lead. They are the exact same person every single time.
Yeah.
But the male lead changes. So.
Which is interesting because that's normally the male lead is for the female watcher. And you should be more concerned about the female lead.
They're all blondes who don't like the guy. They basically are almost all the same.
Yeah, that's fair.
You see one, you see... If we watch one and there's an interesting female character, I'll let you know.
Okay. I almost got interested because you were talking... It sounded like it was going to be a lesbian one, and I was like, oh, no.
Can't tell you about those stories, Joe. We know your weaknesses.
So, I don't know. We haven't really prepped for this.
Okay.
So, we might need to wait till next week. But have you done any Game of the Year stuff? We've talked about it 2 weeks ago that next week was going to be the one.
I didn't know that.
Last week.
I
didn't do it. And then this week we didn't do it.
I could probably just by talking to you discover what my Game of the Year is.
Do you want to do it or do you want to wait?
Let's do it proper, Joe.
Okay.
But let's set the stage.
Okay.
It's going to be Game of the Year.
Game of the Year.
Most disappointing.
Most disappointing.
And worst, was it?
And worst.
And worst game.
Worst game.
Disappointing doesn't necessarily have to be bad.
No.
Just disappointing. It wasn't what you thought it was going to be. All that stuff.
You were really excited. It pooped the bed.
We're not going to do predictions on the actual Game of the Year stuff.
We already kind of did.
Yeah, a little. What we thought was going to win.
Yeah, it actually might have happened already. I think
it might be happening by the time this comes out. It might happen this weekend.
Yeah. But I mean, it has to be the Elden Ring DLC.
Yeah.
They added the DLC in there.
Yeah.
It's got to be that.
As great as it is, it shouldn't be there.
So just a fair warning to everyone now. Next episode is going to be a little bit game heavy.
That doesn't mean you shouldn't listen, for crying out loud.
No.
Gaming's interesting. Get into it.
Here's the thing.
It's so much better than any other form of media.
It's really, we just have one. Well, no, that's not true. Our gaming episode was one of our worst episodes.
My youth leader today, I know he wasn't digging at anybody, but he's just like, I used to play video games all the time, 6 hours a day almost. And I was just like, those are rookie numbers. and he's like, I was just not fulfilled. I was like, speak for yourself.
You should have been like, it's because you suck. It's because you couldn't beat me at UFC or any of these other.
Oh, he beat me. I was, I don't know, was we talking about ping pong on here? Did we talk about that before? We were playing some ping pong today, and I was thoroughly surprised that he was good.
Here's the other thing.
Not thoroughly surprised. He's usually very competitive and good at sports, but I was happy.
Taking anything away from him.
Yeah.
You're sick.
He was too.
Oh, was he really?
Yeah, we're both sick.
Oh, okay, never mind. equal
It was
playing field.
even playing field. He won one a little bit more decidedly than I would have liked.
Wow.
And then the last one I won by a hair's breadth.
Okay.
So
At least that happened.
yeah, we got it back and forth.
If he beat you twice, you would have been a disaster.
I would have been upset.
Yeah.
Because there's few things in life that I'll be like, even with gaming, like I will never be like, I'm the best at that. Because I don't want to like fail miserably and by the chance lose. With ping pong though, for the most part, when anybody ever says they're really good at ping pong, they're lying.
Yeah.
They're usually terrible.
Yes.
So I'm usually pretty confident. I usually say, I'm pretty good at ping pong.
Yeah.
Like I'm not amazing, but I'm pretty good at it. And this time it might have backfired on me just a little bit. I don't know if he's better.
Yeah.
But we're equal. We're pretty even.
My my head pastor, his name's Johnny.
Uh-huh.
I don't know why I said that. You know him.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't interact with him right now, but you know he's pretty good at ping. I would have liked to see you guys.
Have you played him?
We played like one and dones. So it was first to score switch because there was a huge line. So we never really got like a good game.
Yeah, that's a tough one for you because you play such a defensive game.
Yeah, but I love ping pong.
I love
ping pong. The amount of times in Africa that we were just going to our church,
play some music and play ping pong and talk.
So fun. I love it.
It was probably what got us through those 2 years of just being stuck.
I mean, that and Destiny.
Thing. That, Destiny, COD, obviously.
What?
COD stuff.
Oh, God. I was like, COD? Gross.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a lot, but it was fun to play a little bit. I'm excited to get a little bit more time with that. Ping pong is probably my favorite sport.
Was it just the two of you, or were the youth group kids playing too?
Or
did you play after or beforehand?
We played it before people showed up.
Okay.
So like I got there at like 6:15, so we played like a round or two.
Got it.
They can be fast if you go to 11, but it was a blast. I miss being able to play with you all the time.
It sounds like we'll start to be hopefully either before or after we record now. Oh, maybe not.
I don't think I'll get to.
If a baby's sleeping, will we be able to play?
No, but we can play with him. Like if you came over to work out, we could pull that out and play with him.
How's he gonna play?
He's not gonna play. He's just gonna be there.
Oh, okay.
And he's gonna get hit with a ball and cry.
He's not gonna cry. He's a strong kid.
He fell over a few times today on his butt, and he just goes, "But," and he wants me to kiss it because it's boo-boo.
Did you? I mean, you had to.
I always do, but he just so happened to have also pooped, so it was real smelly.
Yeah, I have noticed, which is a classic parent thing. Like you'll fall, or even mom and dad will, be like, "Oh, yeah." And I'm just like, guys, like every time he's hit him. I've hurt your kid a little bit already.
Yeah, you've knocked him a few times.
But I'm always just like, just laugh or just continue.
I do that
he's fine.
at home.
Yeah,
a lot. But I also know.
Yes,
if the difference between a small hit, like a bump, and he fell over, versus like, ooh, that was. Yeah. He had a bad one today.
Yeah.
He was in his shopping cart. He was in that, and I didn't really notice that he was in it. I was making something for him. And he was in it, and all of a sudden he just tilted a little bit, and it hit the wheels, slid out from under him, and he was near the cabinet, so his butt hit and his head hit the back of the wall. And at first he was like, but then he's like, ow, that actually hurt.
I have a question for you.
Sure.
Is it weird to be a dad? To be like, I'm a dad. Like, I'm not the same person I was 2 years ago.
Oh, yeah. Super weird. But here's the thing.
Does it make sense?
It does to me.
Okay.
I feel like I've always kind of had that dad and
it feels weird.
Aspect to me. You told me that now that there's two, potentially two, right?
If you're right saying it.
It's on Facebook, bro.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you have another one on the way. Congratulations. That's crazy, dude.
Yeah. But now that there's two, you're like, now it's real.
Well,
that's what you said. Yeah, I was like, what does that mean? I'm still a dad.
Yes. I mean it more like you somehow.
I have a family.
Yes, you have a family, but you've turned Levi
into me.
Can we say his name?
Yeah,
is that
absolutely.
Fine? I think you already did, so it's whatever. You've turned him into you.
I love it.
And so, but that just means this next one, that's not going to work.
Maybe.
It's not.
Maybe.
It's not, dude.
See, this is... I want them to be different.
Yeah.
I do. I also really
Especially-
hope... I'm really hoping for a girl.
You want it to be a girl.
Really hoping. And I'd be blessed if it's a boy. But
Except you'd be more blessed if it was a girl.
I really... There's a part of me that would just like to have 2. But I do think we'll probably have 3.
Okay.
But part of me would like to just be done at 2.
Yeah.
But I think that's just because of the work involved. And I don't want to be lazy. So...
Would you ever adopt?
Yes, we
Really?
have talked about that.
Really?
Adopting.
Would you adopt like a baby, or would you adopt like a toddler or a kid? Or...
Probably more toddler kid.
Okay.
But there is a lot of benefits for doing it younger.
Yeah.
Like a baby, doing it younger, you'd do that. But here's the other thing: like, there's just a lot of kids who need homes.
Yes.
So like, age might not be the biggest factor. Like, it could be, he could be 4 or 5.
Yeah. Would you be worried that you wouldn't like care about them the same way?
I think there will be a transitionary period, but here's the thing. I think people grow in love.
Oh,
I wasn't, that's not true.
I didn't love No.
No, that's not true.
Well,
I actually felt almost instantly when I saw him, like a really strong attachment. I have a video, I don't know if I've ever shown you it, but I have a video of my hand on him, like when he was just born, basically.
Yeah.
Like they had wrapped him up and he was
Cleaned
swallowed.
him?
Huh?
Cleaned him?
Yeah.
Okay, because I was going to say, if he's not
but he
cleaned,
had
I don't
like
wanna
some
see the
stuff on
video.
his eyes and
I don't
things
wanna
like
see the
that.
video.
And I just remember being like, my hand like is almost the entire size
Yeah.
of me, just like, this is crazy.
Yeah.
I can't explain.
No,
That-
a non-parent, like I won't know.
Well, I mean, I can, but like, I can't explain like the whole moment of like, your life is different forever. But at the same time, like, here's something that people have told me a lot, right? And I don't want to like be like they're wrong. They kind of are. But they're like, you're just not going to be able to do any of the things you want to do ever again.
Yeah.
It's like, that's not true. The idea is that you want to raise somebody that you want to be around and do the things that you want to do.
Yeah.
So Kirsten's like, you're raising yourself. It's like, well, he's definitely different than I am, but
And I love myself.
and I love who I am, but I want somebody who will want to play like games with me, or to do those things that I like doing, watch movies with him and stuff like that. And dude, the best times, like, they're not just this, but in the mornings, like, he'll get a bottle and he'll just snuggle up to you, and we'll watch a little episode of Little Bear, and he'll know as soon as it's done. He'll be like, okay, we're gonna go do something else now.
Yeah.
We do have him on a very like tight schedule.
Super tight.
We're getting better about bedtimes, like when he goes to bed. But like, I've read, and even Jordan Peterson says that a routine for kids is super important, because then it allows them to express their curiosity in a safe environment.
Yes.
Where,
But
like,
you also... oh, God dang it.
Like, if things are crazy all around them, they don't know how
Oh, yeah.
to handle that.
Yes.
And they also don't know what is appropriate for them to
Yes.
do. He's so calm about a lot of the things that he does. Like, he obviously has his bad days, but he's just amazing.
I will say this. 2 things, which is going to be kind of crazy, from Jordan Peterson. He also says you don't want to make it too safe.
Oh, no.
Which you don't.
No.
You guys don't. What I love that you guys have done, because this is one of my favorite things he's ever said. I've heard him, Jordan Peterson, say, and I'm going to mess up the quote, but it's like, your job as a parent is to raise a kid that other people would want to be around. And I think you've done that.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, he's only 2. So he's still
he
a way to
loves
go.
Uncle Joe,
but
too.
He's like, you guys, you're doing such a good job.
Thank you. He was so sad when you left that night.
Which,
Like, when you went shopping with Kirsten.
Yeah.
Oh, man. It wasn't like, good night, Dad. It was, Joe. Joe.
Well, I'm his buddy.
When I put him down, we have a
Yeah.
monitor. He's just like, Joe.
I just need to come save him
And
one
then
time.
Binky.
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 Somebody.
It was pretty sad.
need-
It's like, I know where I fall on the totem pole here. I love that you love him.
I do.
Because you were like, I don't like kids.
I don't. Well, I'm terrified of kids.
Yeah.
I'm terrified of sharks, and I'm terrified of kids. And I would never want to be alone with your kid.
Not yet.
No.
Maybe someday.
Maybe someday. But like I can be around him and I can play with him and I can like it's kind of I mean one of the things with my leg that I've been so bummed about, like just thinking of future is like I can't be on the ground to play with. Like if I have a future kid, I want to be able to wrestle. I want to be able to do these things that
We're
I
gonna
can't
believe
do.
that's gonna get fixed.
Yeah. But even there's been times with Levi that's like, oh, like
he
wants me on the ground or he wants to do certain things, and I was like, sorry, kid. But then we figure out other ways to entertain.
He loves Uncle Joe. Anything Uncle Joe does, he wants to know.
Who doesn't love Uncle Joe?
That's true.
Ain't
It's
no party.
true.
I'm gonna cut this episode a tad bit shorter.
Oh, okay.
It's about 10 minutes before we normally start wrapping up.
Okay.
But I'm starting to cough more, and like I'm fighting to keep in my stuff. So, Justice, what have you been playing? What have you been doing?
Joseph, been playing.
And we taught a little bit of what we were.
Well, I'm playing several things as always.
Yeah, I mean,
I have a list.
We've been
usually.
talking about your kid like that's the important thing. Justice, something really important happened to you this week.
I've actually been working on it throughout the whole week because part of getting quantum fiber is that you have to get rid of Xfinity.
Yeah.
And that's been an ordeal.
Yeah, probably do not make it very easy.
Well, here's the funny thing. Apparently, by law now, they have to make it as easy to cancel as it is to signing up.
Yeah, yeah.
Didn't you tell me that?
Yes, it's for apps. So now in apps, they have to make it just as easy to
like
cancel.
how I said it, but you're the one who told me.
Well, I thought you were telling the people.
I am. And
so I don't know if that applies to stuff like that.
I went in and it was like, I want to cancel my membership. And they're like, cool. It's like, I can do it right here. Front desk. He was actually crazy busy in there. Mm-hmm. The front desk guy who just tells you to go to somebody else is like, I'll do it right here.
Yeah.
And just cancel me up.
As someone that used to work in a phone company, and they were always like, make sure if they try to cancel, don't let them. Whenever it was someone coming to cancel or port their number to another carrier, I was always the most. I was, yep, because you're either angry with us and I don't want to have to deal with you, and I just want to get you out of my store.
We're like, wow, that was really pleasant of you.
Yeah. I was always like I'm
super
sorry you didn't like us, but here's everything you need.
It was like, whoa, customer service is amazing.
You have truly unlimited
data.
High speed
Joe, did
data.
I tell you? I think I did. Did I? About the sheer earth-shattering speeds I was getting yesterday?
You've told me, but tell the people.
So I'm supposed to only get like a gig of speed.
Yeah.
You
say that like that's not amazing.
It's awesome for us, especially who grew up in Africa with potato speed. It jumped up to like 4 gig download.
That's insane.
I was just seeing like a 76 like gig game just go. I was like,
yeah, I was so angry. It took me all night to download a game that you downloaded in 2 minutes.
It was so fast.
Ugh.
I was just like, that's not right, but it's so right. But the games I'm playing, I'm playing through The Last of Us, the first one.
Weird.
I love that game.
You asked me to get you that for Christmas, and you're playing it now. What? How?
I subscribed for a year to PlayStation Plus because I'll just play it.
Wink if you're telling me the truth.
I am.
Okay. He didn't wink, so I don't think he is.
Oh yeah. Sorry. Okay. I winked. I am telling you the truth. Okay. No, yeah.
Okay.
It's the remaster.
Got it.
It's the remake.
Yeah.
Love that game.
Are you playing something else though?
Are
you playing something else, Justice?
What?
Something else? Another PlayStation game?
I couldn't get it.
You couldn't? No.
Yeah, they don't have it available.
No.
And I'm not gonna spend money on that one.
No, I told Justice this week that he has to play Horizon Zero Dawn, the second one or whatever it is.
Yeah.
For content, and he has not done it.
I'm not gonna pay money for that, Joe. It's garbage. But yeah, playing all kinds of things. I was playing I was playing Condemned, an old PS3 game that I've always wanted to play through. Have you ever heard of those?
Yes. What was the game? Do you remember the old Xbox game?
Are we original or 360?
Xbox original. Okay. That had like lightning. It was red. You remember?
Breakdown.
Breakout or breakdown?
Breakdown.
I'm so glad you remembered that. Okay.
I will never forget that game. It made me piss my pants.
Yeah.
all of
Oddly
us.
scary
All of us.
for no reason.
Well, there was that one moment where we were like just
jump scare.
Like opening. I was with you and I don't think Tyler at
Tyler,
the
I
time.
think it
Opened the
was.
door and just there's a guy there trying to kill
Screamed
me.
like 3 little girls.
We screamed. And my heart rate never came down from that point. It's been up since then.
Yep.
Yeah, I can get that. I'll get that.
I think we still might have it.
Breakdown. This game's scary.
I don't think it is.
It's scary. But yeah, I've been playing all kinds of stuff. What about you, man?
You watching anything other than Christmas movies?
We watched the Mario movie.
Yeah, I have a bone to pick with you.
Why?
You said you didn't like it.
I said it wasn't as good as I thought it would be.
I
didn't say I didn't
was
like it.
an amazing movie. It was. I don't understand what you didn't like about it. I do not understand.
There's a lot.
What?
I don't know if it's.
I don't think you have joy.
I don't feel like this is a safe space.
No, where's your happiness and joy?
I even told Kirsten I think Hallmark movies are making me way too critical of everything.
Well, you should then like good movies.
Well,
this was a happy,
there was
fun.
There were some things I really liked.
Emotional movie.
I love the Mario trailer at the beginning when they're like, "We're plumbers. We're going to fix your stuff." The bit with the dog was really great. Once Princess Peach is kind of involved, I got really annoyed.
Are you just super sexist?
No, but I
think you're just super sexist.
But she was kind of annoying, and the way she delivered her lines, I thought was really dead.
I love Anna Taylor-Joy. You watch yourself.
She just delivered her lines really poorly. She didn't seem interested in anything that was happening.
She is great.
Also, Bowser though, as Jack Black as Bowser, loved that.
Okay, but the best is Charlie Day as Luigi. No.
Okay.
Justice.
I thought Chris Pratt did better as Mario than he did as Luigi.
You're wrong.
But maybe it's because I feel like Luigi has a very specific voice, and so does Mario. And I was already upset that Mario didn't sound like. Why didn't he just sound like he did in that trailer?
Well, Mario was. I mean, the guy in the store was Mario.
Well, I
you
know
get that.
I know
that was the
that
actual voice
guy.
actor.
Yes,
Mario.
I know. It was Charles Martinet. Did you know I know that name? Did you?
Everyone knows that name.
Yeah, you didn't.
Wait, who isn't the voice of Mario anymore?
Yeah, he died.
No, he did not.
I know, Joe.
You didn't know that. Now you're stupid.
He might have died,
He's not dead. I will bet my and his life on it.
Okay, well, I never get involved with Joe if he bets his life.
Yeah. Charlie Day was the best in that movie. You just don't like Charlie Day.
No, the best thing about that movie, hands down, was the lumen or whatever it was, the light.
Oh,
we're all gonna die here.
I also like Toad.
Toad was pretty good actually.
Yeah,
Toad was fine.
Keen or Peel, I can't remember which one
it was probably.
Who's the tall one?
I always get them confused.
Yeah.
But yeah, Bowser, Jack Black as Bowser. I didn't know I liked that until I saw it. I was like, you did great.
It was It was a great movie. You've just lost your childhood.
No, I'm telling you things that I like about it. I wasn't a huge fan of Seth Rogen as DK.
No, but I don't like Seth Rogen.
I did like that he had father issues. I thought that was funny.
That was funny.
I like the Mario Kart. Women. I like the Mario Kart scene. I just didn't. I think Peach looked great as like a character and like.
Here's the thing, I'm saying it now. Justice is a national woman hater. And I am a supporter of all women.
Yeah, we know that, Joe. Mr. Lesbian boy over here.
Even if women don't like women, I support you, women. I'm a woman supporter.
Women. What are you talking about?
Like it. If you would have given the Mario movie a 10 out of 10 if you did.
There are certain things that just annoy me. And
women are one of them.
Here's the thing. I thought Luigi was the same way. I just didn't think he was as interesting as he could have been. There were some really great moments, but I was like...
He was the emotion behind that entire movie.
He was the emotion behind the entire ending.
And all of it.
Because he was trying to save Luigi.
No. When Luigi was lost and they were getting separate, it was all Luigi, man. You just hate women.
Listen,
and
Joe.
Luigi is not a Luigi. Women and a Luigi.
Joe, Luigi's my guy.
Not now.
Luigi's my guy.
Not in this.
I mean, actually, it's Wario. And I was literally telling Kirsten, I was like, the next movie's got to be Wario and Waluigi.
It is 100%.
Is it?
I don't actually know that.
Who's gonna be Wario?
I think there is quite a bit of rumors around it. I don't want to look it up right now, but we can look it up after the podcast.
I'd love that so much.
The rumors were pretty good actors for Wario and Waluigi.
What about you, man? What are you playing and watching?
God. Damn it. I hate
He has
this.
so much editing to do. On yourself, I've tried to keep mine to a minimum.
I know you've been way better than me. Other than the games we were playing, this talked about earlier, Marvel Rivals, freaking Suicide Squad. I've been mostly playing some phone games. Still,
Which one?
Huh?
Which one?
Wrestling.
I know.
And then I got a potential. It's not a sexy game, but it was really kind of talked about.
One.
Yeah, I don't know what it's called. That's one of those where it has a weird
name.
Yeah. I'm still watching, slowly but surely getting through Arcane.
I thought you already finished it.
Finished all the first season. Me and Bo are about halfway through the second.
Isn't it done?
Oh yeah.
Are you wanting to watch it way faster than you are?
I've never once been like, oh, I'm just gonna watch it without Bo. More than this show.
Oof.
I have not done it. No.
Now he does.
Now he will.
Come on, Bo, get with it.
But it should only take 2 more nights. So
Bo, I need to hear from you. Do you like it when I talk about these Christmas movies, or should I just call it quits?
I just want to say no.
I mean, I just need something.
No.
I need somebody to tell me I'm doing the right thing.
But yeah, still haven't got any fan art from people.
You want fan art?
I want fan art from Arcane. I want them to send it to me.
Oh, well, we could. It would be better if people saw us more, so they knew what we looked like.
That would be awesome. I will say this to let everyone know, something really crazy that no one's done yet has been reach out to us.
Yeah, I mean, we've asked for it several times.
At this point now, the first person that does, I'm just gonna hit him with a solid. That's been Once with the Lemon.